All right, Sean Zattel, FightHype.com, here with one of the best trainers in the sport, Kevin Barry. Kevin, you already had one great heavyweight in the division, Joe Parker. Now you got a big up-and-comer, Guido Vianello from Rome, from Italy. What do you think of this kid?
Oh, very excited about working with Guido. Taylor Barry and my strength coach Robert Lamson and myself are very excited about his potential. Very hard-working, very athletically gifted, a smart young man. A young man who's very, very coachable. That he will immediately practice them and practice them and practice them until he gets it. In the corner when he's sparring, if I asked him to do something, he'll go straight out and do it, and I love that in a fighter. At the moment, Guido's like a big sponge. He's absorbing everything that we're teaching him and everything that we're doing with him. So it's after spending the last 7 years developing and molding the former WBO champion Joseph Parker, it's great to have an exciting young fella in our gym with us. And in fact, not just in our gym, like Guido's living with me in my house, and he's become, in a short period of time, I think this is our 6th week together, and in that time he's become a member of the family. And this is a classy young man, hard-working, has a very, very big motor. I have to slow him down all the time. It's not one of these guys that you have to crack the whip with and tell him that, come on, you got to apply yourself a bit harder. This is a young man who has a lot of confidence in himself, a lot of self-belief. He came through his first 4 fights as a professional. He just blew through them in 6 rounds total. We're fighting next week on the Tyson Fury undercard here in Vegas at the T-Mobile. Fighting a fighter, Cassius Anderson, who's 7 wins, 1 loss. It's definitely a step up for Guido, but we wanted to have that step up. We wanted to prove that we want to show, put on display what he's been doing the last 6 weeks.
Well, I wanted to kind of put 2 in 1 for you, Kevin. I was just at another gym, and one of the top-ranked guys, because Guido's fought on a few top-ranked cards now.
Well, he's promoted by Top Rank.
Oh, right, okay,
and,
there you go.
So and that's why you see him fighting on all the big cards. Bob Arum early spotted Guido and said, we see the potential here. We're signing this young man, and I believe it's like a 7-year promotional contract he signed.
Well, it's funny because the guy in Top Rank said, yeah, he went out and he didn't mean it seriously. He said Kevin went out and stole him and brought him home. Is it because what you're talking about? You saw such upside with your kid. You're like, I got to jump on him now. I got to get this kid. And
no, well, look, actually, what actually happened was he was training with another team, and his manager Sam Jones approached Taylor Barry and said, would you guys be interested in having a look at Guido? And when I did a little bit of research, I said, yeah, sure. Like, I saw the raw potential. And, Taylor spent a lot of time, several weeks, going backwards and forwards with Sam Jones.
Your son, Taylor Bailey.
Yes,
right, yeah.
With Guido's personal manager, his brother-in-law, Luca. And we put together a meeting. We decided that we would spend a week with each other and see if there was some chemistry. And after that week, we both realized that we had a lot gelling, and we were excited. As I mentioned before, our team love having this young, exciting fighter as part of our camp.
What's going to go down? Are sparks going to fly when him and Joe Parker are set to lace it up and spar?
I think Joe's been back now. This is his 2nd week back in camp, and I think, in that short time, Joe and Guido have become good friends, and there's a lot of respect. Guido's a highly intelligent man. He realizes that he's the young guy. He's still learning his craft. He respects Joe, former world heavyweight champion, a man at the age of 27.
Yeah.
Only a couple of years older than Guido, but he's at the top of his game at the moment. They've been training alongside each other. Joe will be coming into the gym in about another another half an hour today. They go swimming together, they do yoga together. We were doing recovery work in the pool yesterday afternoon together. You know, this is, you know, both guys are living in my house, and you know, we're a team. We're all a team.
Well, it's you mentioned they got along well. They're both these nice guys with real athletic ability in the ring, and we've talked in the past about getting Joe to be mean and you know, go for the knockout, be the killer instinct that he could have, and he's done that lately. Is that something you ever worry about with these guys? You got to drill into guys like Guido and Joe who are real nice, you know?
No, I tell you what, I consider myself very fortunate to have such classy young guys. And you know, and all the way through the last 7 years, I've said to everyone that Joe's like my son. Mm-hmm. And we have that love for him and his family. In fact, you know, Joe's got his wife and 3 children in Vegas for the very, very first time they've ever been here for training camp, and we've set them up in a 2-bedroom apartment, and he goes home every night to spend a few hours with them before coming back to the house to get his rest. And it's like, it is so rewarding and so great to have that. And I remember saying to my wife Tanya and to Taylor, when Guido was with us for the first week, I went, oh my God, you know, like his manager Sam Jones said, this is a lovely guy. And I said, well, look, you know, I'm at the stage of my career now, I have to like somebody to want to train them. I won't let them come into our family, and I definitely won't have them in the gym if they're not good people. And it's unbelievable that you know, Guido is so much like Joe.
Right, and to Joe, he's got a fight lined up, big fight with Dereck Chisora. He's his last 2 fights, great knockouts against Flores and Alex Lapai. Do you think that's what happens in this upcoming fight with Chisora, another big knockout for Joe?
Look, you know, we're looking to make a real statement in this fight with Dereck Chisora on October 26 and 02. You know, we fought there 3 times in the last 2 years. You know, we defended the title against Huey Fury back in 2017, had the mega fight with Joshua, where, you know, because of inept refereeing, sort of spoiled the fight, but we lost a decision. And then the controversial loss to Dillian White. Now, more than ever, we need to make a real statement there. We've worked really hard developing a solid fan base in the UK in the last 2 years. You know, Joe is very, very well liked there. They realise that, you know, Joseph Parker is one of these classy guys that he'll fight anyone they put in front of him. He's afraid of no man, and he's not going to go out there and he's not going to talk crap about you. He's just going to get in the ring, he's going to conduct himself in a professional manner, and he's going to go to work. And especially in the last 2 fights, I think that we saw a bit of a change in Joe, and a lot of people have said to me, gosh, you know, he seems to have a different mindset now. And my answer to that is, I'm seeing more maturity in this version of Joseph Parker. At the age of 27, he's a totally different version to the man who won the title at the age of 24 and then defended it a couple of times. Joe has grown up a lot, and I think a lot of that will be the fact that we've been in these major fights, but also the fact that he's a father now with 3 children. I think that has a serious bearing on it. And we're seeing a different guy in the gym. We're seeing a man who never gets tired, a guy who, you know, and Joe will be the first to say that, you know, a few times in the past he'd come back into camp 20, 25 pounds overweight. Joe came back into the camp last week at 110 kilos. 2 days ago he weighed 107, which is 107 is 2 kilos lighter than what he fought the last fight.
Because this
is the beginning of camp. But when you see him like that, this is not a small 107. At the moment, he's bigger in the shoulders, he's bigger in the biceps, he's bigger in the back. He's got a lot stronger. He's growing into his man body now, and as you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm excited by this. You know, I think the best of Joseph Parker is in front of him. You know, is still to come, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. You know, we look at Dereck Chisora, you know, a real hard, battle-ready fighter behind Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. He is the next ranked guy in the UK, and they're three pretty impressive guys to have in front of you. Last fight, devastating knockout against Artis Spilka. A devastating knockout against the very durable Carlos Takam. You know, we know that Chisora is a dangerous guy. We know he's going to try and impose his will, similar to what Dillian White was trying to do. You know, so you know, this is a fight Joe really needs to step up. We need to put on our best performance and make a big statement. And if the best Joseph Parker turns up, I'm very confident of getting the job done on October 26th.
Because it's starting to feel like, should he beat Chisora, he's really building towards this second shot at the world title. Like
most definitely. And like, hey, will it come after the Chisora fight? No, but
will it be Dillian White?
But you have to be ready, especially now with the era we're in with boxing. Things happen fast. You've only got to look at what's happened to Andy Ruiz. Who ever thought that he'd get the world title shot? Who ever thought that he would win it? So so you have to be prepared. You have to be ready. You've got to stay in shape. And like, you know, I see us getting the job done against Chisora, and then we'll have to make another step.
Dillian White?
Definitely, we would love Dillian White, and it'll definitely put Joe back into the conversation of people to fight for the heavyweight title, and that's what we're in this game for.